Hello and welcome to this Wednesday broadcast. At the end of every month, for some people it's even every week, something really, really tragic happens to millions and millions of people all over the world. It happened last month, at the end of last month. It's going to happen at the end of this month. It will happen at the end of the month after, and thereafter, and thereafter. For some people, they are not even aware that this thing is happening to them. It is such a tragic thing. And if it is happening in your life, and chances are it is, at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you how to get out of it and how to stop it on its tracks, never ever to happen again in your life. Hi, my name is Sterling Lips. I believe that one of the most valuable gifts you can give yourself is time. Time to make the most of your life. Time to be the best you can be. Time to be authentically you. Your journey to becoming more inspired and emboldened to live an authentic and successful life starts right here. Now, at the end of last month, I'm sure for some of you who work, you may have been paid or you are paid by your employer or your client if you run a business. For some of you, maybe you're paid weekly and you got paid sometime last week. Now, I have a question for you. When you got paid, and as we speak now, do you still have that money you got paid? At least some of it. If you got paid last week, do you still have some of that money? Or have you spent all of it? And even some more through punitive lines of credit. George Clason, in his financial classic, The Richest Man in Babylon, I wonder whether you've read that book. He said something so profound in that book. Something that will outstand you. Something so fundamental that if put into practice, will transform your financial life completely. He said this: a part of all you earn is yours to keep. Let me say that again. A part of all you earn is yours to keep. It is a very simple but very fundamental financial principle that, if implemented, will really make a huge difference in your finances. At the heart of this financial principle is the practice of paying yourself first. I wonder, have you been doing that lately? Paying yourself first? Well, you might ask, Sterling, what are you talking about? When I get paid by my employer or my client, of course, I'm paid. What do you mean by pay yourself first? Well, when you get paid, it's true. You worked hard for that money, so you are paid. But it's also not true that you've paid yourself. Because when you get paid, let's face it, you pay your mortgage or your rent. You pay the shoemaker, maybe you go buy some shoes. You pay the cloth maker, buy some clothes. You pay all sorts of things. You pay everyone else, but tragically, you forget to pay one person. You forget to pay yourself. How does that work? You are the one who worked hard for this money. But you've paid everyone else, but yourself. You have nothing left for you. Many of you listening to me right now have worked years and years in your life. But if I were to honestly ask you, what have you got to show for all those years you've worked hard? You might struggle to tell me. I am not in saying this talking to you, like saying look at you. I'm talking with you because I have been there myself in the past, until when I realized that nugget of wisdom from George S. Clason. The truth is, all of our desires will always continue to grow to match the level of income that we receive. Some people earn hundreds of thousands of pounds or dollars, but at the end of the month, they have almost nothing. They've spent it all. Someone else earns just a couple of tens of thousands, but also at the end of the month, nothing. Or at the end of the year, they have nothing. All this money has gone to pay all sorts of people, but they have not paid themselves. Some of them are aware of this, some are not even aware. They think by spending money in all of they are paying themselves. And right now, sitting and worrying about the financial future. I think the wisdom that George S. Clason said, a part of all you earn is yours to keep, is a very, very fundamental wisdom that each and every person should take heed to improve their financial well-being. So here's the thing. We are in this season here of gift giving, of spending money here and there. But I believe one of the things you have to remember to do is to remember you, the person making the money, and make sure that you do pay yourself as well. And when you pay yourself this money, I think it's Albert Einstein who said that there is an eighth wonder of the world. Those who understand it benefit from it, and those who don't pay it, and it's called compound interest. So if you take advantage of the compound interest, when you pay yourself and you set that money aside into something, a port somewhere, investment that will help, that will compound it and generate money for you over time, it's much, much better than paying everybody else, but you stay there without getting paid and not building a financial estate for yourself. Some people have gotten sick and tired of this, that they decided once and for all that no more, I'm gonna decide to do something about my financial future. And incidentally, I did that many years ago as well. And it's something that requires enormous discipline to do. It's not something that is easy to do. It really does require enormous discipline to do. You can begin by just paying yourself, 1% of your earnings. If you really squeeze up 1%, it is the discipline we are talking about here. And then gradually increase it to 2%, and then 3%, and then 4%. And then find a way of managing yourself with what is left. George S. Clason says that it shouldn't be less than 10%. But I understand for now, as you just begin this, you might be tied up having debts here and there and all sorts of things that you might not manage to do at 10%. But you can begin somewhere and just start paying yourself. And then invest this money you save up and manage yourself with the other percentage that stays, that you've not, that remains. I think that is a wise thing to do, and something that will enormously help and benefit you. So take advantage of the eighth wonder of the world, compound interest, but first start by paying yourself. Each month, each week when you get paid, make sure you set aside something for yourself. Even if you're in business, if you do the same principle in business as an accountant, I know this will enormously benefit you because it means you'll have enough cash flow in your business to take advantage of opportunities for investment and growth in your business. And that can skyrocket your finances tremendously. It's what I started to do. I remember in my previous video, I told you that I was in financial dire straits in my business and almost lost it. But when I came to a realization of understanding money, I started doing this in my business. There are other things around money that you really need to get to, but this is the fundamental. This is the basis point. This is the starting point. Start by paying yourself first. Whenever you receive any form of income, pay yourself a percentage of that income before you pay everybody else. Because if you don't do that, you are actually impoverishing yourself. Even if you make hundreds of thousands of pounds or dollars, if you don't set aside something for yourself to help build your financial estate for later years when you cannot really work, then you're doing yourself a big disservice. So thank you so much for taking your time to listen to me again. I bid you farewell, and I hope to speak to you again. Take good care of yourself, and bye-bye for now.